Hello.
Hi, Consuelo. How are you?
Hi, Paul. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. You're here to talk about your Christmas album that you're recording.
Yes. Thank you for inviting me.
We are really impressed on the station with Christmas in Your Heart.
Thank
Been
you
playing
so
it a
much.
lot, and it's a very catchy Christmas tune.
I'm really grateful. That's kind of you.
So how did you come up with the idea?
Christmas in Your Heart. Basically, I live far away from my family, so I'm originally Italian, although I have a Spanish name, just to confuse everyone. And, for most of the year, I can't be with them. So particularly during lockdown, when the whole world shut down and people couldn't be with their loved ones, I thought of this idea where if you've got people in your heart, you've got Christmas in your heart, basically you have love, you are loved, you're not alone.
It's powerful stuff, isn't it? So I think that comes over in the record.
Oh, thank you.
So was it hard to come up with original ideas for Christmas songs?
No, actually, I have some. I know a lot of people go through creative blocks. I'm the other way around. I have too many ideas. I don't have the time or the money to develop them.
Yeah.
I've been lucky that my husband, being a football fan, he has a Sky subscription, and there's a lot of Christmas movies playing all year round on the Hallmark channel.
Oh yeah,
So
I know it.
yeah.
I know it.
So I watch it all year round. July, March, I'm still watching Christmas, getting ideas from what they say, and I always have a pad next to me. I always write something down. Oh, that's good. That would be a good title.
So you've got all these creative energies that goes into these songs. Because I always think about Christmas songs, I think everything to be said about Christmas has already been said. It's so hard to come up with something original because you hear it from November onwards, don't you? All the Christmas songs, every shop you go in is played Christmas songs. So I think you really nailed it. I think you've got such good quality for all those tracks, and everyone seems to be slightly different as well. Tell me about your influences, because I've got the impression from speaking to you and what I've read about you as well that you've got 101 different influences, which makes it really interesting and really unique, I think, as well.
Yeah, so basically I was classically trained as a pianist back in Milan, and then growing up I was listening to a lot of film music, and then from then in my teenage years I've moved from that into more jazz and pop, even dance music. I started clubbing, so all these ideas, all these rhythms, all these melodies, as long as something is melodic, I enjoy the genre, the style. And then I wanted to pursue a music career, so I moved to the UK. Then I was exposed to a lot more different styles of music, singer-songwriters, piano-based. So I say that I created I don't know if anyone can say that they're unique, but let's call it a unique sonic signature from classical music down to melodic rock, pop, and dance.
So you've absorbed all these influences, all these different influences you've absorbed. Yes. Is what makes you you. When you've got this idea for a Christmas song, how do you decide, where do you start? Where's your starting point? Do you have the lyrics first or the melody first? Do you have the idea, a gem of an idea, and you think, I must try that? So where would you typically start in terms of writing your own Christmas song?
The majority of the time I start from a melody. I'm walking around town or I'm cooking, doing whatever. I turn my phone on, I have an app, and I record a melody. Then I sit on the piano and I start to think about the chords, the structure, the harmonic structure, so the harmonies. The lyrics usually come afterwards. Sometimes at the same time, while I'm humming a song, then I can hear a word. Oh, that would go well with the word that has so many syllables. Or if I'm watching a Christmas movie and I've heard a line that it sounds like a great title, then I might sit down and start writing lyrics. Rather than lyrics, I'll be brainstorming ideas, and then I will turn this into this concept into a song. So very much like a director would, a movie director would write that. I don't know whether that is the director or the person who writes.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I would write the storyline. So maybe from verse 1 would be in the past, and then the pre-chorus would be now this is happening, and then the chorus is, now I'm here, I'm feeling great, and then verse 2 might be in the past again. And yeah, like that.
So it's about your ideas. So do you know when you've got a melody, do you know what type of song that's going to be? Does that conjure up images and ideas from the melody you hear? Do you think from one particular melody, that's definitely Christmas, or that one particular melody, oh, that reminds me of something that's going to be a summery hit that I'm going to have in the summer?
I can't tell right away what type of song it's going to be, but sometimes I have an inspiration. I have a melody and I think, oh, that sounds a bit like Coldplay.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll try and do lyrics. I'll try and write lyrics that are more empowering, giving people, I'll say, the power, to maybe overcome some obstacles or things like that. Or if it's something soppy, a bit like the one in Christmas in Our Heart, then maybe I'll turn that into Christmas. The most difficult thing about creating Christmas songs is you don't want them to sound all the same. Now, when I did my first Christmas single a couple of years ago, Santa, Are You Almost On Your Way, I did a lot of research because I had never done a Christmas song before. And there were things that people were saying, if you don't have it in a Christmas song, it won't sound like Christmas, like sleigh bells. But then you listen to some other Christmas songs that they don't have sleigh bells, but they still talk about winter and loneliness. And so that's difficult to decide how you're going to arrange it. Sometimes.
Yeah, so you can still have the quintessential Christmas song without sleigh bells, without other sort of things that people think you have to have in a Christmas song.
Yeah.
But for the Christmas song in its own right, and it stands up in its own right. So you tell me about each of your Christmas songs. So you've done Christmas in Your Heart, and you're releasing them every week, aren't you? Up until December? December the 15th, I understand, you said.
That's right, yes, Paul. So Christmas in Our Heart is the first single that came out November 3rd on all major digital stores. Then on the second week, the second Friday was Don't Wait for Christmas to Say I Love You. Again, so this was about the fact that a lot of people rush around, never have time for each other, come to Christmas, go to the shops, buy a big expensive present and say, here you go, I love you, and send a card, and they think that they've done it all and that's it, and they can forget about their relatives. And that's not right. I think the small things, go to your nan's house, clean the shed or something, show the love all year round. That was the idea. Then last week was the turn of Precious Gift of Love. Now, I tried to be very inclusive in my Christmas album. I wanted to write an album that is for everyone to listen to, so didn't have particular religions or imageries about, say, Christmas crackers, which is an UK thing, or eggnog, which is particularly American. But I also wanted to include at least one song that celebrated my upbringing. I'm a Christian, and wanted to write a song about the Nativity. So this song was inspired by the American group called Pentatonics, which is an a cappella modern group.
Yeah.
So I composed the song, but it was arranged by Nick Girard, who is a fantastic arranger. He also sang on the song, and he did the beatboxing, and he arranged for the Pentatonic series in the US. So I was very fortunate to work with him. This Friday, completely different song, is called Christmas is Better With You. It's about cats. Yeah, little kittens. So what inspired me was this friend of mine in Canada was snowed under 1 year, and she had plans to go and visit family. She couldn't see anyone. All she had to spend Christmas with was a little cat. And so that inspired me. The thought of this cat waking her up with its paws on Christmas Day, as if the cat knows that it's Christmas, and then comes tumbling down the stairs, latches onto the Christmas tree, which falls down. And then so not this week, but the week after, there's a song dedicated to puppies.
The animal theme going on your Christmas songs. But they're very visual, aren't they? That's what I like about your songs as well. You said about sort of being a movie director and having these ideas and bringing them to life. You're doing that in your songs as well, aren't you? Right. Now back with Consuelo.
So the song about puppies is called Have Yourself a Waggy Happy Christmas. Waggy as in waggy tail. And this idea came because a lot of people think it's a good idea to go out there, buy a puppy as a present, and then surprise someone who has not got a clue they're going to get a dog. And a dog is a big responsibility, and then they take it back. And it's like, a dog is forever. A dog is your best friend, you look after it. So I did this song. And then the last song, which is called Christmas is a Time for Peace, is because it was inspired by having had an argument with my sister. It's all resolved now.
That's very Christmassy, have an argument with your family over Christmas. What could be more Christmassy than that, Consuela?
Exactly. So I wanted to inspire people to reconnect in the spirit of Christmas, to be together and forget about arguments and disagreements and try and be there for each other.
How do you go about promoting a single in 2023?
It's mind-blowing.
Is it?
I don't have a team behind. I literally get up at 7 a.m. and I start on my diary every day. So say a song comes out on a Friday, so I have to I promote mainly on social media, but I also use things like radio. I send emails to publications, radio stations, magazines online that do blogs. Because I'm not a front-facing artist, so I don't gig, they want to know the story behind the singer. But I think that a songwriter is very much an artist. Definitely.
So, it's all about the song.
Exactly.
It's all about the song, yeah.
And I'm very much out there, doing these posts early in the morning. Then from a post, I have to make a story to attract people, to tell them there is a new post. And then it's not just one platform. It's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's LinkedIn, it's TikTok, God knows whatever else. And it all takes time. I talk to people word of mouth. I join communities. I'm part of the DIT Music, which is based in Canada. I'm part of the Songwriting Academy of Martin Sutton, who is platinum songwriter. This is based in the UK, but it's a worldwide community. So I post on there. I'm part of The Word, which is a London-based, again, community. And they have a platform called Slack. So I post everywhere. I can't think right now, but it keeps.
So you're advertising for a PA then, or a manager that can do all this for you.
Yeah, and the sad thing is that I hardly play my piano during the months that I have to promote or sing. It's all about the business, and there's not a lot of return.
I suppose because you're literally operating remotely via Facebook, via computer, all the rest of it, you don't have that instant feedback because you're, like Bob was saying earlier, you've got a single, you're releasing it, you don't know how it's going to be responded to by the general public. How do you sort of measure success?
What would help to turn the ears around, or the heads, or the ears are up, or the heads of the people that can make a difference, is the number of streams.
That's what it's all about, is it? The streams?
The streams, all the numbers of followers. This is really what it boils down to these days. I've just come back from an event at Abbey Road Studios in London, where countless of talented people have recorded. The event was called Amplify, and literally they discovered new artists aside from gigging by looking on social media or Spotify. But the first thing before they press play, they look at numbers. So there are some platforms like Submit Hub, which are legitimate. So you're not paying someone to give you streams. What you're doing, you're paying for the playlist curator's time to listen to your music, and then they decide whether your song fits their playlist or not. And I was fortunate enough that Christmas in Our Heart was picked up by a Spanish playlist curator.
Wow, that's amazing.
And now it's got over 2,000 streams within 2 weeks.
That is brilliant. You must be really pleased with that.
I'm pleased with that. Next year I can approach a publisher and say, my song did really well. I think it would suit one of your singers in your roster. Would I like to cut it? This is really where I'm going to make money. Out of artists cutting my songs, or they ending up in movies, games, TV adverts.
So you could have somebody, Madonna, recording one of your singles, or Cliff Richard.
Yeah, I doubt it, but maybe an up-and-coming artist. It'd be nice if it was them. I don't think Madonna ever did.
There you go. She needs to have a Christmas single, Consuelo. She's not done it yet. Here's a big chance. So Madonna, if you're listening to Sid Valley Radio, get in touch.